just barbering is like it's very, very essential to a lot of men, and it's a lot more essential than what people think. You know, like especially when COVID shut everything down, that's when I realized like I took barbering for granted because then this goes back to evolving through experience, right? When they shut everything down, I'm like, man, okay, I got money saved. I'm good. Everybody hit me up like, are you okay? I'm like, man, I'm straight. Like, I feel bad for a lot of other people because I'm pretty sure they're living check to check. Yeah. But in Warner Robins, I'm charging $40 a haircut. That's unheard of for a lot of people. The highest price was $30, you know? So they're like, oh, this young dude come from Atlanta and shutting the city down. You damn right I was, you know, because I was that guy. Yeah. So it's time to put the clippers up. Okay, cool. I need a break. I need to rest. But one thing I thought about was, man, I miss the people so much. Like, people started calling me because word got around town, oh, well, this dude cutting hair. I'm like, well, shoot, you go to him. Like, I ain't about to get sick. Like, my son is about to be born. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not about to bring any foolishness to my BM right now. Yeah. But, man, in March, when they opened the doors back up, I never talked to my clients like the way I did ever in my life. And I used to always ask my big bro who cut hair next to me, I'd be like, bro, how do you establish that connection in the barbershop? You talking to your clients so well, man. Like, I be talking to your clients more than I talk to my clients because, like, I just have an old soul. You know, his clients are, like, you know, between the ages of 25 and 40. But once I understood the superpower behind just communicating, just saying, hey, how was your day, man? You all right? Or just missing somebody so much, it's like, bro, don't take that for granted. Yeah. You know, so even when I get tired and burnt out, I've evolved to just understanding, like, hey, if I'm tired, hey, bro, I'm gonna let you know I'm tired. I'm gonna give you a dope cut. Yeah, but just can't talk today. You know what I'm saying? I can't give you all that. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm glad you said that. I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead. I'm glad you said that because we've had moments like that. Probably maybe one or twice I can remember where it's like you just having a hard day and it's respectable, but you still give me the cut I asked for. It's just like, and I think those are okay to people understand. Like, we gonna have our moments. Yeah. And we gotta always acknowledge that we having a moment first and understand, like, it's nothing personal with anybody, and people have to understand that vice versa. That's nothing personal. Like, we're gonna have our moments and we gotta take those moments and, like you said, not even taking it for granted. Because I think sometimes when we wait till we lose stuff, that's when it's like we really understand the value in it. So like you said, during 2020, the pandemic, it's like you really had to sit back. Obviously you still had people wanting to like get cut, but it's like you realize you missed how much like it all played a part, not just cutting people here, but the atmosphere, the energy of connecting with people, learning something new, and just the different energies that really helped you elevate your life. And with that being said, I want to transition, like we said, I was going to get to it, but parenting, what would you say right now has been your biggest and most impactful lesson with parenting?
Oh, man.
And give it for everybody, whether man, female, doesn't matter.
I share the story with everybody.
Let's hear it.
It's my favorite story about my firstborn son, Cairo.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to my
son.
Shout out
to all his sons, man.
Yeah, shout out to Cairo. Shout out to Carmelo. Love him to death. I picked Cairo from daycare one day, and he just started walking. He had his little walking shoes on. You can hear him from down the hall. Clip, 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 clip. So I get him out of his car seat, and you know he's at that age where he can't talk, but he understands what I'm saying.
Correct.
Like, hey, stop! Don't do that. Slow down. All that. So I get him out of his car seat. Put him down. I say, Cairo, don't go into the house just yet because you got that stoop right there. You're gonna fall. Just wait on me. I gotta get your bag.
Yeah.
All you hear is clip, 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 dum dum. Of course, she starts crying. Oh no, it was funny because I'm looking at him like, you learned your lesson, huh? Yeah. He's like, I'm like, okay, come on, go upstairs. All right, you good? Man. Shake it off. You're a boy. You know what I'm saying? You know, I gotta give him that tough love.
We're gonna talk about
bit.
that though. Yeah, I know.
So the next day. This is where I almost cried as a parent, man.
Yeah. Now it'd be like that.
Boy, the next day, I put him down. I just watched him. I ain't even tell him nothing. We walking up, clip, clip, clip. He steps up, and I'm like, so you learned your lesson that quick.
Okay.
You're not going to be a knucklehead. You're not going to be that hard headed.
Yeah.
So when it comes to parenting, man, like that had to be like one of the most golden moments for me because I'm like, wow, like my son, he caught on quick.
Correct.
And that lets me know
you're doing right.
We can speed this up when you get a little older. Or we're gonna have a ball. Yeah. We're gonna have fun.
Facts. Now I'm glad you said that because I feel like I be trying to find that balance with it because like at what age? You said because he was just walking, so he's about 1 or a little over 1 now. at this point?
Oh, he's 2 years old now.
No, I know now,
Oh.
but I'm saying at that moment when he felt, I guess he was walking. So what age?
Like 9 months.
9 months. Okay, so no, that's
I
good.
take that back. 11 months.
11 months. Okay, so 11 months, that's super good. It's like, and that's where I feel like personally I struggle, and I think it's a process. Don't get me wrong. It's like trying to figure out how to instill, like teaching him and letting him learn his own lesson without going too far. Because like it's been times I tell my son not to do something, he'll do it, and then he hurt himself. Obviously, it's not a major hurt himself, but it's just like, bro, like I'm trying to show you, but then I'm hearing from his mom, of course, and obviously everybody matters, and like obviously that's his mom. I'm like, what's the balance? Like I want to show him, but it's like, is he too young? And I feel like babies are not too young. Obviously, babies are the smartest things out here, like smarter than all of us.
They are.
And they really are. So it's like I'm trying to instill. Yeah, I'm trying to instill. Like I feel like he knows what I'm saying, but he just don't care. like I seen a meme a while back. It was like every time you try to tell a kid to do something, it was like the lady, she had a bike and a helmet, and then she trying to get on the treadmill, like it's going 60 miles an hour or whatever, and get on. It's like, and then the baby just ignores you and still does it. So it's like when you try to tell a kid to do something, and it's like, all right, how about F you, and I'm gonna continue doing what I'm doing. And that's how the vibe I get. So then it's like, I'm trying to show you how to do it, and then you hurt yourself. And now it's like, I got to be the one to be there to comfort you. But it's like, bro, I just told you not to do that.
Evolving through experience.
Yeah, I know. I'm working on that. That's my point. I'm working on it. I'm just here to be transparent.
Yeah, no, for real. But that's a prime definition of evolving through experience. You know, just on the child's perspective and on the parent's perspective. You know, so there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
you know? There's nothing wrong. I mean, but at the end of the day, you got to have patience because, man, I remember I got some hibachi. Oh man, I spent $70 on this, man. Fed the family, door dashed it, put a nice tip in for buddy. My son just started walking, so I'm sitting on the couch about this level. I'm eating. I was hungry.
You had it everywhere?
Nah, I had it on my lap, dog. I had it on my lap.
Yeah.
This dude, he's sitting next to me, gets up out his little seat from eating. He just come up to me, flips the food over. I was like, you talk about
you had to remember he a kid.
Vaughn, something. I'm like, let me go walk out, man. I was hungry, man. Like,
it'd be like
I took
that.
about 5 bites of my food, man. Oh man, so
you needed a Snickers. You know how it be when you hungry.
What? Man, I was. Yeah, so that my patience shot out, but I had to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was lost for words at that moment. But that's when I realized, like, I don't have it all together. You know, like parenting is a job. Like parenting is full time, and parenting does not stop even when your child turns 18.
Yeah.
Because I had having that talk with one of my clients, his mother, her style of parenting is very, very outlandish. You know, like his brother is, in his 20s, and she still decides to kick him out, and he has nowhere to go. He turns homeless, So it's like, that made me realize, like, parenting doesn't stop at 18. Just because your child walks across the stage and graduates high school, that doesn't mean, you go to college, all right?
Yeah.
You can come home and sleep, do whatever you got to do for the break, but then go back to college. No, make sure, check up on them. Make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, because at the end of the day, we're still kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I don't try to belittle people, but that's why I tell you, like, hey, have patience with yourself, bro. You're still young. Because when you turn 29 or when you turn 30 or when you turn 35, you like, bro, I was so young back then.
Yeah.
You're going to really, and then you're going to be talking to somebody 23, you're going to be like, bro, you were so young. Just calm down, slow down,
Hey, I hear you, man. I'm gonna let you go. I don't want to cut your wisdom. Go ahead.
But just to finish off on that, it's like, the older you get, the older you get, the wiser you're supposed to become. But that's only if you seek that wisdom.
Correct.
So because you can be 25 with a lot of wisdom, but you still have to have the experience.
Correct.
That's where the lack thereof comes from. So that's where I say you really have to just be patient with yourself, man. Patience goes over so many people's heads. Like, I should be a pastor, man.
Nah, for sure.
I used to look at my pastor, he'd be like, and I'd be like, why does he keep doing that? I'm in high school, like, y'all don't understand what I'm talking about. And I'd be like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Now I see. Yeah, man.
For real. Now I'm glad you said that, because it's just to be transparent in a sense. It's like I'm trying to figure that balance out in the sense of, all right, I got time, but at the same time I don't got time, and I feel like we've heard that so much. And not to say in the sense of like, I don't feel like I'm leaving anytime soon. Obviously, I think when you put that type of energy in the universe, that's what's gonna come. And that's not the energy I'm putting out. But at the same time, I feel like I've seen people not even in my family, but just in general, it's like they think they got all this time, and then you look up you're 60 or 70 and or even 30 and or 40, and you're not in the position you want to be. It's like I rather work OD hard now, so when I get there, not necessarily I'm gonna slow down, but in a sense of I'll be in a better place all around where I feel like, okay, now I've worked hard versus trying to work hard later on. And it's like trying to find that balance, because we hear, oh, you got time, but then it's like, then you look up, you don't have time. And whatever worth having is a process. Greatness is a process, and what you really want is not going to come overnight. So if I feel like if I keep waiting, it's going to be 4, 5, 10 years, and I'm still sitting up. It's like, okay, I'm still in the same position. And those are the battles that we have at any point, I think, men and women, where it's like you sit with yourself, it's like, yo, what am I doing with myself? And it's like, I think we all still trying to figure it out, don't get me wrong, but I think just always staying on your toes truly helps me. And I don't know if that's the best way to put it or the best way to go about it, but right now, that's the process where I'm evolving. Just to be transparent, because that's what it's about.
I'll reel it in with these 3 points real quick.
Okay.
It's a billionaire. I went to Eric Thomas.
Shout out to Eric Thomas.
Yeah, man.
E.T., man. I've been following E.T. for a long time.
Very motivational.
Yeah, for sure.
Matter of fact, it was around this time last year, actually. He had a men's conference at Greater Travelers Rest, my old church. Shout out to E. Dewey Smith. Man, I have never been to a men's conference like that. I'll tell you that. Like, men were so transparent. I'm standing in line randomly, waiting for the bathroom. Dude came up to me. How you feeling, bro? Good, man, that dude touched me. Yeah. He touched me too. Did you cry? What? Like that's how open men were being, right? Just to give you a visual.
No, they say a lot though. Yeah, that really helps. Just walk up and say, "Did you cry?" Like, bro, what? Like, I don't even know. Did I cry?
Like, I don't even know.
Did you cry?
But instead of me saying I don't even know you, I was like, nah, bro. Did you? Like, yeah, man, I did. I was like, okay, cool, and we connected.
Yeah.
But it's this billionaire. His name is Jesse something, man. He's married to the lady who made the Spanx. I can't remember his name, but
Spanx,
he was a billionaire.
I don't even know what the Spanx is.
This dude, he used to be a hip hop rapper and everything. But anyway, dude is just killing it on stage. But one thing that stuck out to me, he said, man, you have to move with a sense of urgency. You don't move with a sense of urgency, then time is nothing to you, because you have to ask yourself, what is time? I mean, time it could be a construct to you. Time can be anything, you know? I mean, there's no such thing as time in the eyes of God. Everything is already laid out, right? That's why we have free will. But that always stuck with me. Move with a sense of urgency. That doesn't mean you don't have time. If you're urgent, like, hey, man, I got to do this video. You got to edit a video.
Yeah.
Man, I'm going to put that video off tomorrow. No, let's do it right now. Or at least let's do something so you can lead up into doing it tomorrow. Correct. And it's like you feel good about yourself. You're not like, hey, I got a whole pile of work, right? This conversation I was just having with these brothers, you know, my man's right here said, hey, take a nap.
Yeah.
I'm like, take a nap? Like, come on,
naps
bro.
help.
Man, how old are you? You know what I'm saying? But I said, you know what? But he was just like, hey, I mean, you have to rest your brain. You have to shut your body down, you know? Like, he made a very, very valid point. He said, okay, look at your brain as an engine of a car. A car can look good, but if your brain isn't working, your body ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
The car ain't gonna work.
That's
you know
a
what I'm saying?
great analogy, yeah.
Third point, got this from one of my millionaire clients, man. Shout out to him. When it comes to time, right? I asked him, I said, bro, if you're a millionaire and you don't have friends, because he's from New York now. So he's like, man, fine, I ain't got friends, man. I don't do friends, but like I don't trust dudes like that. You know what he really said.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, because you know, we've been trying to plan this link up because we'll go back and forth about playing pool and everything. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna bust you behind in your own house, you know?
Yeah.
He's like, whatever, man. But he was like, Vaughn, I really rock with you, man. Like you really a friend to me.
Genuine,
and,
yeah.
You know, he's in his 40s, you know? So I don't look at age as a big deal, but age is time, right?
Yeah.
Like just because he's older than me, that doesn't mean I can't be his friend. You know what I'm saying? I just want to seek the wisdom, and he might learn something from me.
Agree.
But I said, bro, why you don't have friends in your age group like that? He said, because when you turn 20, everybody's in their 20s. Everybody's on the same playing field. Everybody's in college, right? Everybody's having fun. You graduate college. It takes, 3 to 5 years for you to get into your career, right? Sometimes it takes longer. But it takes some people 8 years. Who knows? So in that in between time, you're trying to figure everything out. Cool. By your 30s, if you haven't figured it out yet, that's when, people, they start posting stuff. Hey, I'm going on vacation. Like, this is where the downfall of social media comes in at, right? I'm going on vacation. I'm having my family. We're doing, Christmas pictures. We're doing this. We're doing that. Cool. If you're not set in your career just yet, then you're starting to stand out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't have your family yet, then it's starting to stand out. It's starting to hit a little different. But that's only just based off your mentality.
Yeah, mental, yeah.
But most people are going to think like that. Like, man, I ain't got my career yet. I haven't got my family started yet. I'm still stuck in the same position. What am I doing? Just like you said. By the time you turn 40, if anything hasn't been accomplished, then that's when the jealousy comes in. That's when the hate comes in. That's when the envy comes in. That's when it's like, well, so what you did that I didn't do? You sat on your behind and you was lazy. You didn't sit with yourself. You didn't evolve through experience. You know what I'm saying? So once he laid that out for me, I was like, wow.
No, shout out to him for
I
that.
see why you don't have friends. Because my mom, when she was that age, she didn't have friends either. My mom was Miss Debutante, the head cheerleader for high school, the most popular person in her hometown. I'm like, Mom, like, why you were such a social butterfly.
Yeah.
You get out here, you got 3 friends.
Yeah.
Why? Now I see.
Yeah.
Now
for
I
sure.
see.
Yeah, and I like you said, like being old. So, would you say you had a small group of friends coming up? And a small is relative, so it's just like if you define it as small, I guess small is less than. What would you define as small? Like less than 5?
You can say that.
Oh,
Keep your circle tight.
Yeah, keep it tight. Yeah.
I was a social butterfly. I tried to speak to everybody. I was nice. I get that from my dad though.
Yeah,
like,
it's just a vibe, like just a genuine vibe. Yeah.
Like rekindling with my dad, I had to realize without a past, you can't know your future.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when I started speaking to him, this dude would be like, "Oh, tell him I said hi." Such and such. Tell him I said hi. I don't know. How do you know these people? Why would I tell them that you said hi? You don't know them.
Yeah.
But that's just how genuine he is. That's how nice he is.
Makes sense.
And sometimes I find myself, I go out my way, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Just to see, just to get a reaction, see how they feeling. You know what I'm saying?
When they say no, when they don't say nothing, how you react?
That's my mom come out of me. I'm a Cancer too. I used to get petty, but now I just be like, okay, maybe that brother just having a bad day.
Yeah.
Because I was listening to Big Sean's interview on Drink Champs.
Where?
And Nori was like, man, I've reached out to you, man. You never reached out back. He said, bro, I really had a lot going on. I am sorry.
Yeah.
Please forgive me.
Yeah.
But I didn't even realize you reached out to me.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you hold the door open for a young lady, or you say what's up to a brother, and they don't give you the response that you want, it's not you. It's them. Because another lesson I had to learn when it comes to love, man, I posted my girlfriend on my page. I got all these followers. I'm showing the world who she is, who we are. And I did a little tongue gesture and I kissed her. She said, hey, babe, I don't want to post that on my page. I could post a different video with us doing this, though, but I just don't want to post you doing that. I'm looking like, man, what? Please. The ego came out of me, right? And I also didn't realize I wanted her to receive my love the way I wanted her to. You know what I'm saying? So when you want someone to receive something the way you want them to, that's when you become selfish. And that's where society is so messed up now. You know what I'm saying? Because you can do a nice gesture for somebody. I could have brought you roses today. You would have thought I was, you know what I'm saying?
No, I wouldn't have thought that. I mean, roses would be crazy, but I mean, I know our
You
relationship.
would have never known. You know what I'm saying?
I know our relationship so far over these years. That wouldn't have been like something that crossed my mind.
But I would have been like,
I got you.
I'd have been like, Darrell, you're going to take these roses, you're going to smile for the camera, and you're going to say, look what V done got me. You know what I'm saying? Versus, thank you, bro. Nah, that ain't good enough for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just to resurface back. Just to resurface
Roses
back.
would have been crazy. But nah, I'm going to give you your flowers today, though. They're not physical flowers, but in the sense of, I got you.
That's much love, man.
Already, man.
But moving on.
Yeah, nah, for sure. That's funny. What I want to say, I'm glad you was open and you willing to talk about that. Like, how do you feel like, what was the best way you was able to pretty much resurface that relationship with your dad and open up that can of worms? Because just to be transparent, even with me, like, obviously my dad always been in my life or whatnot, but we have our differences where it's like, I'll be the one that won't just reach out. It's like, not necessarily ignoring, but it's like, bro, like, I feel like it's a lot of conversation I haven't been able to have on in an actual in person and really just take time without us having to go separate ways or without any excuses. And it's feel like, and I take accountability too. Let's be clear. I'm not gonna say like it's just one sided, but it's like that's something I still struggle with. But at the same time, it's also a reason that it makes me a great father to this day. So how do you feel your relationship has pretty much affected you being a father, and how did you rekindle that? I know that's a lot.
I'm really in therapist mode. I really want to ask you why. When you're,
we can talk about it. I just want to go start there for you.
I want to come back to you.
Yeah.
I want to come back to that.
Yeah.
But
we might go off camera though. I'm just saying. I'm gonna be real with it.
Okay, that's cool. So for the first question, of course, you have that. I'm gonna call it the Nick Cannon syndrome off of Drumline. You know, when he went back to his dad and threw them tickets at him, like,
because I was confused for a minute. Nick Cannon, whoa, how many kids? I got you.
Yeah, that's
shout
a whole
out to
different
Nick
story.
Cannon though. Shout out to Nick
Cannon, man.
I got no problems with it, man. That's that man life. Hey, to each his own.
If he taking care of them kids, that's all that matters, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
more than financially too, though. But I mean, but like, still shout out to him. Whatever works for them,
most definitely. But I call it, that Nick Cannon syndrome off of Drumline, where he went back to his dad and he threw them tickets at him, like, yeah, you was never a father to me anyway. You can let that fuel feed your fire on the inside, but at the end of the day, I had to ask myself, and this is what you have to ask yourself: is that really love? Because you're fueling, I'm gonna be better than my dad, So,
but shouldn't we be? But shouldn't we be?
Just out of love, though.
Okay, I see.
Because you're still fueling anger, and when it's all said and done, when you do have a mishap, is it going to be love that you're giving your son, or is it going to be the same resentment that your dad gave you? So that's when you say, hey, I have to be different. This is how I'm different. I'm going to love my son to the best of my ability. And not only am I going to stay into my son's life, not only am I going to stay into my child's life, I'm going to instill so much love that when he sees me, all he knows is, oh, that's dad. Like, no matter how long I've been gone, I could have been gone for a month. I come around the corner, oh, dad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, when I saw my dad, I was like, oh, that's my dad. Cool. Yeah. Like, I have a photographic memory, bro. Like, I could have not cut someone's hair for 5 years. I remember exactly how I did it, though. And I'm going to do it exactly the same way because that's how they liked it. I did not have a memory of how my dad looked until recently, last month. I went to surprise him for his birthday. The reason why I did it is because he's dealing with health issues, and I've lost a parent already. Yeah. So,
was it to health issues as well?
Yeah. Okay. My mom passed away from lupus. So, yeah, she was strong, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
shout out to her.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Shouts out to my mom. Like, she was still working, feet swollen, body deteriorating.
Yeah.
Since the 90s. You know what I'm saying? So after losing a parent, it made me realize, like, life is short. You have to give people grace and mercy. Yeah. Because no matter how much crazy stuff someone could have done to you, you still always going to remember the good things that they did for you. Correct. If you had a relationship with them, and a good relationship at that. Yeah. So I always grant people grace and mercy. I listen to Steve Harvey a lot, especially
Steve Harvey,
yeah, man. Shout out to Steve, man.
Shout out to BD, all the whole team, man.
I listen to his inspiration right when he comes on before his radio talk show, and sometimes it may be the same thing, but hey, even if it's the same thing, I listen to it again because I might have missed something the last time I listened to it. Yeah. And one of my favorite inspirational morning things that he does, he says, hey, bro, you have to give people grace and mercy. You wake up, God has granted you grace and mercy just from waking your eyes up and seeing the world another day. Because, man, I think I wish I don't cry as often, but I wish I can cry when I hear somebody say, man, somebody went to sleep and they passed away in their sleep. Like, a client actually told me that last week. Like,
we're so desensitized. Not that we don't care. It's just like,
it's just like, man, like, wow, like, you talking about a woman was 35 years old, passed away in her sleep. They just saw her the day before, vibing. You know what I'm saying? Having fun.
Yep.
Passed away in her sleep. So that's why I give people grace and mercy because you might have pissed me off. You might have really made me mad. I done blocked you. You know what I'm saying?
I know a story.
But I think about it and I say, man,
yeah,
life is too short. I'm better than that. You know, maybe I was angry at the moment, but I don't need to let that play out into my life.
Exactly. And I think with that, the same way we try to give it, I also think maybe what if this is karma for me if I want somebody else to also give me grace and mercy because maybe I had a bad day and I wilded out on somebody or didn't give somebody the proper respect they deserved. And now this is coming back to me for that same sake. So it's like I said, the same way I want to give it is the same way I would love to receive it. So I think that's something that we got to keep in mind when those type of situations happen because it's just so vital that we do. And like I said, it's I want to go back to this because even with your mom, obviously condolences to her. Do you feel like that's a reason now you take so great care of your health? Because knowing like obviously she passed unfortunately to this disease, but now it's like you're using that to be proactive. And obviously I know you up at 4 a.m. running a mile or 10 miles or whatever. And I think it's so vital. Everybody don't have that type of discipline. But do you feel like that's one of the reasons or the main reason?
You could say that's one of the reasons.
Okay.
I mean, tomorrow's not promised, bro.
Yeah,
because,
exactly.
I mean, someone could tell you like, man, this person passed away. They was healthy in the gym. They was just running. They eat good, barely eat meat, all that. You know, so it's like, I wake up every day and I thank God, bro.
Yeah.
I be like, man, you woke me up today, so I know I still have a mission to accomplish for you.
Yeah.
You know, because I live vicariously through God, but like my talents, what I speak, how I walk, how I move, everything. You know, like, yes, we're sinners, and I ask him for forgiveness for that. And that's where the grace and mercy comes in. You know what I'm saying? Like, as human, how can someone say, if you read the Bible, right? God says he made us in his image, right? How can you say I'm made in his image, but you're still not trying to practice what you preach? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
If you made in his image,
that part.
man, give somebody their grace and mercy. They made you mad. Hey, it's okay. Now, if it's really that detrimental, talk about it. If not, just move on.
Exactly.
Deal with your stress a different way. You know, just inhale, exhale. It's out the door. You have real life problems to be worried about.
Yeah.
Why are you worried about something so minuscule? Because all that's going to happen is it's going to put you in a temperament, then it's going to put you in a mood, and you're going to stay in that mood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, shout out to my woman, man. She has taught me how to really balance out my emotions, right? Because when you're mad, you want to stay mad.
Yeah.
You want somebody
it's easier
to feel
to stay mad, yeah.
What? You want somebody to feel the energy. That's why it's so easy to stay mad.
Yo, not to cut you off, it's like, well, it was like when somebody boosts my wild, and like if I'm wild and somebody boosts it, like, I forgot how they said it, but it's like they love when somebody fuel they wildness. Like if you're already mad, you wilding, and then you speak to somebody that agree with it, it like fuel you up more.
Yes.
But then it's like when you get the person that say the other side, man, I don't want to hear that. Yo, nah, for sure.
But you don't need yes men.
You don't. But then when you get that time where they fuel it, now I'm wilding and it's validated. Oh yeah, I'm lit.
Let's go.
Yeah, nah, for sure. No, shout out to her though.
Yeah, man, she's a very, very happy-go-lucky person. And when we first started dating, our communication was so superb and solid. Like that was our foundation. You know what I'm saying?
Good, yeah.
To the point where we could talk about anything. We had some tough talks, bro. You know, like from the point where, like, you know, I think the hardest thing for a man to talk to their new woman about, especially like if y'all of age, you know, is who did you deal with in your past? Because Atlanta's smaller than what people think. I'm sorry. Like, you gonna run into some people, bro, and then I'm very well known. So hey, I may have known somebody that you know what I'm saying. You never know.
Yeah.
So Drake said it the best. Don't no man want to hear them stories about his lady. Yeah. Let's get it out right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not out here looking like Boo Boo the Fool.
Yeah.
But communication was just superb. But when we have our disagreements, I don't like to call them arguments, but when we have our disagreements, I'll be up here and then I want to stay up there. I don't want to just come down like, well, it's okay, you know? I'm like, nah, like, I don't want to do that roller coaster stuff. I want to be right here. But then I had to realize, like, this is my woman. Yeah. I don't play about my woman.
Yeah.
This is this is my most precious prized possession. Man, forget all these diamonds. This ain't real. You know what I'm saying? Forget these earrings. Like, haircut don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
This is my most precious prized possession because when you get you a real solid woman, that's when you're non-drifting. Going back to the book, Outwitting the Devil.
Yeah. Somebody just told me about that book maybe like a week ago. I downloaded the audio, so yeah. And
that's to me that's the best version because you can actually hear Satan saying, a woman, like, well, Napoleon Hill asked Satan, he said, man, so I'm not drifting anymore, am I? He said, no, you're not. Because the most ridiculous thing happened to you, what happened to me for you. He's like, what's that? You married your wife. She got you on track. She made sure you weren't doing it. Because what a woman does for a man, oh my goodness, man, it's just that's a whole nother conversation. But just to keep it brief, what a woman does for a man is like to keep us in line. They make us see certain things a certain way. They keep our house in order. You know, we're clean, but they may clean a different way. You know what I'm saying? Like, they give us different ideas that we never would have thought of. They give us organization. They relieve us. You know what I'm saying? They're our therapists. She's my main consultant. You know what I'm saying? And I could be out in the day like right now, and she'll come, hey, babe, did you think about this for your business? Why didn't I think of that? That's why you with me, though. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for sure.
So women, man, they have a secret superpower that a lot of people, a lot of men just don't understand. But once, as a man, you understand that, you're not drifting anymore. Because a lot of men, hey, I get it, bro. It's Atlanta. I mean, just in the world, like, it's a lot of beautiful women in the world. Like, humans are evolving, and we're looking better and better and better. Colored eyes, long, pretty hair, or even short hair. Man, short hair look good.
Hair,
skin look good. You know what I'm saying? You got these different skin regimens. Bodies getting done. You know what I'm saying?
Out.
Not the wash bodies, but you know what I'm saying, like that natural stuff or whatever.
I mean, to each his own. Even on that,
I love, like, you getting your body done. I just like for it to look natural. You know what I'm saying? I want that.
If you happy, I love it. That's what matters to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But man, I get it, man. Like, you want all these different women, you want different types. I get it, you know, and you don't know which one to choose. Because I remember my uncle telling me, like, man, when you get older, you can be like, well, I want this one, I want this one, I want this one. And that's exactly what I was doing. Especially when I became a bachelor. You know, I got my first apartment. But not to go off on the deep end, like, I remember Steve Harvey, I was listening to Steve Harvey, how he was telling Shannon Sharp. He said, man, when I met my wife, Marjorie, before I started talking to her, I just got divorced. I was about to have them coming by the busloads. Like, I had pictures on the wall. I'm getting this one. I was on that same type of time. Like, that's why I love Steve Harvey. I feel like I live vicariously through him.
Yeah,
like, oh,
for sure. Goodness. So real.
I'm like, yo, the real.
Yeah.
I was about to. I was so tied down to, you know, within my family. Everybody thought I was married. I wasn't married yet. I was working towards it, but things don't work. You know what I'm saying? Which is okay. But that's how serious I treat my women and treat my relationships. Man, I'm a sniper. You know, I was ready to snipe, bro. My woman came through. Oh, that went out the way. And God said, oh, no, you ain't doing that. Don't even think about it. And my life changed, man. Like, I'm more focused. I'm more happy. Like, I've never seen so many people tell me, man, you look happy. I'm like, what? I thought I always was happy. You can fake a smile. And I was faking a smile for 2 years.
The energy ain't gonna lie. What? The energy is not gonna lie.
Man, one of my friends was telling her, like, man, I'm so glad you keep my friend happy. She's like, well, how was he looking before? Because everybody keep telling me that. Like a sad puppy.
Not a sad puppy. Nah, for sure. Well, nah, man, I'm glad we could have you on for real, bro, because it's so much. And even though it's so much more we could still talk about. And just before we wrap, I wanted to shout out my aunt, because that's why I brought up the health and taking care of our bodies. And like you said, like I said, it's evolving through experience in every aspect. I want to shout out to her because even yesterday, she gave up her kidney for my grandmother, and that takes a lot. Like that's a real life surgery. So I left the hospital this morning like 2 a.m. and still got up this morning at 7:30 to work out, do a small workout. I couldn't hit the gym today, but I did a small workout because it's like I can't do any excuses with taking care of my body. Obviously, working out is just not enough. So it's like every day, every month, I'm trying to get better at like increasing how I could better myself. And not in the sense of where it's overwhelming, but just in the sense like, yo, I can't play with this, especially with this being like my main household. It's like, yo, I got to lead by example, show them like, look, that's why I went cold turkey too. Like that's one of the reasons I went cold turkey is like I can't have step with taking care of my body and my health, especially knowing like this is what my family is going through. And even before this, like family health issues or whatnot. So again, this episode is definitely dedicated to her because it's like that takes a lot for her. So shout out to my aunt for sure.
Shouts out to her because we was talking about that yesterday too, man. I'm so sorry I forgot about that, man.
No, you good. I told you yesterday. How you forget? You ain't forget.
Wait, no, it slipped my mind.
Oh, today. Okay, I got you,
man. That was something major. I didn't know she was giving up her kidney like that.
That's why it was 2 surgeries. That's why I was like, as soon as I left, it's like I'm at both. And then people like you even asking like, why you sure you don't want to reschedule? It's like, nah, I don't want to reschedule because this is not just a podcast. This is real life, a healthcare company I'm building. Podcast may be a small part of that, but it's like people have to understand, like, this is how serious I'm taking this. Like, so even after here, I'm gonna go there, make sure they straight. Obviously, it was a successful one, but I just want people to see, like, bro, like, this is life or death for me too.
Most definitely.
Like, I can't play with anything. Like, and that's why even I was proud, like, I didn't go get that drink, knowing like then I would have been somewhat of a hypocrite. Like, I'm telling, like, no, I'm not drinking, but then I have a bad day. Now I want to go drink. It's like, but that's just me being transparent, that to show people, like, I go through it too. So, yeah. So any, where can people follow you at? Any last words you want to just leave off, or even comment on what I just said? I don't want to cut your wisdom.
Oh no, you good. You can follow me on Instagram at Vonkeith _the artist, VONKEITH. You type in VONK, it's over with. Like, my page pops up.
Yeah.
I'm also on Facebook under Vonkeith Richard. YouTube, man, I'm really going hard on YouTube right now. You can follow me under Vonkeith The Artist as well.
And I'll tag all of those.
I appreciate that, man. One last note though, because I know you was talking about health a lot. One thing that I have been focusing on a lot lately is fasting. Okay, the importance of fasting goes over so many people's heads.
Exactly.
Fasting actually cleanses your body. You know what I'm saying? It creates more white blood cells, just like sleep. You know, sleep it cleanses your body as well. But when you fast and when you don't have so many different things in your gut or anything, then your body's able to recuperate.
For sure.
So I have been doing a lot of intermittent fasting. Like, I remember hearing Malcolm X on ate one time a day. I'm like, how in the hell? What?
Yeah.
You know?
Shout out to Malcolm
And he
X.
didn't even, I don't think he ate meat.
Yeah.
You know? So shouts out to him, man.
So you coming to the vegan side is what I'm hearing.
See,
I'm joking. No pressure, bro. I'm joking.
I mean, one thing about being vegan, right? It's like, to each his own.
Yeah, to each his own for sure.
I do like a little sense of protein, but what I do, I did meet a woman who was vegan. She's from Israel. She said, I said, how did you do it? She said, just start by just taking one meal a day and don't eat meat with it. I'm like, man, that is psychological.
Yeah.
At first, my first week doing it, it was so psychological. I psyched myself out.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like,
exactly.
I am not eating. I was eating a black bean burger.
Yep.
And I'm looking for the beef taste. I'm like,
yeah. Not
almost cried, you know, but it became better.
Yeah.
So now I can intertwine and mix both of them. You know, now my body tells me, hey, you eating too much meat.
Correct.
Now my body is telling me, hey, I need some fiber, bro.
Yeah.
Go eat some greens, you know. So, yeah, fasting is the key essential source to surviving and living long and staying youthful. That's my last
for
word.
sure. I'm glad you said that again. Like I said, to each his own. At the end of the day, and like you said, it is mental, psychological. Because again, like you remember yesterday, you was like, yo, like you did a whole shift. Like you was like, yo, something happened. Like something happened, and it's like, bro, like that's why I think it's so easy for me. Like I can't deviate, I can't play. It's like that discipline, like you said, even fasting. I'm fast from a lot. Cut out the alcohol, cut out sex, like cut out a lot of different things. It's intentional, not because I had to, but it's like it's really because I do have to. That's the crazy part. Okay. So it's like just locking in or whatnot. So
well,
yeah,
can I ask
man.
you this, though?
Oh, go ahead.
Do you feel like you have an addictive personality?
Addictive personality?
Yeah.
And what it depends on what sense. I don't feel like, I feel like I'm a vibe. I mean, at the end of the day, as far as when I meet people, it's like it's genuine. So yeah, like as far as that, yeah. When it's connected with other genuine people, yes.
I'm speaking of if you was to take that drink. Do you feel like you were gonna keep drinking? If you
I don't. It wouldn't. I wouldn't have let it get to there because like I've been working out. This I would have bounced back probably the same night or this next day. I don't feel like I would have kept doing it. But it's like I said, I can't half step it. So I didn't want to do it just because I'm having a bad day. Because these are the days where I really don't need it because I'm having a bad day.
Of course.
So yeah.
So I guess I was going to say on the good days, don't be too hard on yourself, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm working on it. Yeah.
But I do get it, man, and that's why I love your wisdom. Just to give you your flowers real quick, like
appreciate it, bro.
When I first met you, when I said you was being picky, I was like, there's something about you, man. I don't know what it is, but it's something about your aura, something about your spirit. Because honestly, at that point in time, Darrell, I would have been like, I don't know about him. I would have called Ryan like, hey, bro, don't be sending me no nitpicky people or whatever. You know, he was tripping in my chair, but I was like, bro, you young, and I see a lot in you. You know,
appreciate
and then
that, man.
Look at where we are now.
Yeah.
5 years later?
Yeah.
Come on,
man.
Like,
I gotta start reminding me of these age, man. I'm trying to go backwards. It's like about to be it's half a decade. That is crazy.
I like being old.
And that's the point though. You see, like it's been 5 years. Like that's why it's like, yo, we can't play with it. I gotta get it in now. But like I said, without feeling overwhelmed and taking a break. So I'm working on it, man. That's the thing. I'm working on it.
I mean, because, you know, one of my clients, he said, bro, if you tired, man, sometimes you come in, take a little shot, freshen yourself back up. Go get you a shower. What's up, baby? Kiss your babies. You back at it. You know.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need that. I mean, it's not. I guess I was asking, do you have an addictive personality? I ain't gonna lie, I do. You know, like I'm a connoisseur for weed.
Yeah.
I have to alleviate some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying I go overboard. Like, I ain't about to come in here high.
That's a whole nother. We're gonna have a whole nother podcast section on that. Trust me. I want to get down to that.
But yeah, I mean, when I know I need to calm down and slow down, I just I don't need that. You know, I have to be more disciplined. Well, I am disciplined enough to where I'm like, hey, I don't need that today.
Yeah.
I need to focus. I need to get this
That's
done.
good.
You know, or like if I'm at work, I'm not about to go smoke some weed outside.
Correct.
And come back to a client, they smelling,
Yeah.
you know,
the
cigarettes.
ganja on you.
You're like, man, stink, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's why I was asking that. But you know,
It's balance. Yeah.
just balance, man.
Unbalanced.
Don't be too hard on yourself.
Nah,
bro.
for sure. I appreciate it. Well, if y'all gain anything from this episode, another episode of Evolving Through Experience, make sure you share the brand, like the post, subscribe to our YouTube. And at the end of the day, if you're growing in any aspect, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, and beyond, this is definitely for you. This is not just a podcast. This is bigger than podcasts. This is a healthcare company. And also make sure y'all shop Project Prevail. And Project Prevail is just a initiative under Evolving Through Experience, where anytime you shop anything from the brand, one of the hats, a wristband, a shirt, a hoodie, you know it's going back, a percentage is going back to help somebody in need. We don't want to just talk about giving back, but we want to actually have real tangible and intangibles that go back to help people out. So again, we did that in 2019, 2020, if I'm not mistaken. We gave money from every sale. I gave actually 100% of the profits of shirts. 2 shirts I made to Tamika Mallory, Until Freedom. So at the end of the day, we're going to scale this up a lot further and just keep continuing doing what we're doing. So if you like the episode, make sure you follow us at Evolving Through Experience. Shout us out and keep sharing. Appreciate it.
Pat yourself on the back for that one, bro.
I appreciate it, man. For sure. It's a wrap.